Doing a movie on deportation is always tough, especially when it's such a touchy subject. But then this movie decided to pile a whole bunch of shit on top and drown you in melodrama. Jesus, Justin Chon, you think you could tone it down a little bit? But with great acting, writing, and direction for Blue Bayou, we kind of have to do a great review on this unique little piece. Roll the clips!
What time is it?
It's early. I got Jessie fed. I'll get her to school.
Fun fact, if you're a minority male starring alongside Alicia Vikander in 2021, you're fucked. Take Beckett for example. There's a car accident, a wife gets killed, he gets chased by cops, he gets caught in an international smuggling ring, and he gets his ass whooped somewhere in the movie. Then comes the Green Knight, an Indian guy gets mugged, hallucinates, gets jerked off by an old lady, and gets his ass whooped somewhere in the movie. Now comes this one, which is the only one of the three that I actually enjoyed. But once again, an Asian male faces discrimination, gets stuck at a shitty job, has a shitty financial situation, his real mother tried to drown him, his adopted mother didn't look out for him, and his mother-in-law hates him. Not to mention he now faces deportation and has a friend dying from cancer, and of course, once again, you guessed it, he gets his ass whooped somewhere in the movie. Man, and you thought you were having a bad day. But what could have seemed like an overkill of melodrama actually was made digestible by the development of our characters. Based on actual things that do happen to Korean deportees, this story follows Antonio, an adopted Korean who's a good husband and a loving stepdad, but because of a technicality of his adopted parents, he now faces deportation. Throw in the fact that he's a lower class minority with a former criminal record, he now has to overcome insurmountable odds to convince a judge that he deserves to stay. Now, there are many flaws with the script, including the overuse of drama in every corner. But every character here was written with a purpose, even if they weren't written superbly. Especially in the third act, when the bad guy gets what he deserves, and the wife's ex-husband even steps into the picture to make things right. This was so not the movie I was expecting it to be. You know, those kind of courtroom drama movies that I never really got too into? In fact, spoiler alert, they didn't even get to the court trial. But instead, this movie chooses to focus more on the people behind the deportation instead of the court case. Which in fact actually made it better, because it led to a really good third act and a really solid climax, which was tear-jerking to say the least. But my gripe is actually what happened after the climax. Spoiler alert, he gets deported, even though the circumstances of the events preceding it wasn't his fault. Maybe it was meant to drive the realism of the situation, but I was actually genuinely pissed off.
An appeal. But if the judge don't rule in your favor, he can never come back.
I'm not leaving my family.
I actually needed closure. At least show his family visiting him in Korea 2 months from now, or something like that. You can't end a story on a blank screen, especially when the script drives you to care for these people. So that shock factor ending didn't work for me, because this is a long movie too. For being one scene short of a completed heartwarming tale of family, I have to dock it some points. However, I still recommend it for those who can't get enough of melodrama and artistic cinematography.
So you got kids? I've got a couple. I got this baby on the way, and I'm just looking for another job.
Where you work at now?
Tattoo parlor.
I think you're better off there.